So Kanu is not going to suffer anything that has not suffered before. All these things they are doing, they have done it before, it didn't work. They did it with Kensariwa. He told them, he said, I'm going to be the last person who will deal with you people in a reasonable way. After Kensariwa was killed, they know what they lost to Niger Delta militants.
Right. Omoyele Sowore's newfound love for Kanu is indeed mind-boggling. I think it all started last year. Before now, we haven't been seeing much of Sowore on Kanu's matter. Now, don't forget that Sowore has been somebody that has always been at loggerhead with Igbo people. I think at the time they reported his account and then they took down his account, but the account was restored. Now, I think after since then, Sowore has been all over Kanu. At the time, he staged a protest for the release of Kanu, and that protest was dispersed in Abuja. And then he attended Kanu's one of court session. Also, at a particular time, he was even vocal as to issues that related to the judgment that was about to be released on Kanu, and then he predicted that Kanu will definitely be sentenced to jail based on the information available to him. But of course, ever since then, he has been frolicking with Kanu's lawyer. He has been among Kanu's lawyer, Ejako. He has also been with Maxwell Okpara. These are the key Kanu lawyers, and most time they have been holding conferences together. Now the question is now what really led to this newfound love for Kanu. And there was a particular video online that when Kanu saw him at the court, he was extremely happy. Now let's not forget that it is not just Sowore is not just only on Kanu's matter. Sowore seems to be jumping on every trend in the country. At the time this man had issue, this boxer, Anthony Joshua, lost his two friends at Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Sowore was quick to add that he has warned him to stay away from politicians. And so that is the person of Sowore for you. He's always there, chasing cloud. He wants to remain relevant and be on the surface, to be trending. The best way to get Sowore's attention now is for somebody to do something against the government, and the government rises against the person. You will see Sowore doing whatever it is to maybe help the person. That's the personality Sowore has now assumed for himself. Now, this particular video is very important, so therefore watch it. Yes, no doubt that Sowore is becoming synonymous to Kanu now, and then if you look at Kanu's, most of the, if you are talking about any individual outside Igbo land that has said so much about Kanu, we have to give it to Sowore, even when compared with other individuals that in Igbo land that have said much about Sowore. Sowore ranks as one of the very top individuals. So what then do we now say that Sowore has found in Kanu that is now making noise about Kanu all the time? Have they been at any time be friends to one another? And is Sowore trying to use that for a political gain? Let's just not forget that Sowore is campaigning too. I think it's going to be on the ballot. This is not his first time on that ballot. He has been there severally. This possibly is going to be his third time. And then Sowore is trying to build bridges with the Igbos, believing that the Igbos are going to leave Obi, abandon Obi for him. Of course, that's one of his beliefs. But of course, Sowore too, at times we also see him to taking a swipe at Obi, and then usually he doesn't do that to get the Igbos angry, so he always do that on a lighter note. But of course, majorly, he has always been against government, always saying all manner of things. Don't forget that he called Tinubu criminal, and then he's there in the court for it. DSS has sued him. Even in one of the interviews he granted, he still maintained that Tinubu is a criminal.
So Kanu is not going to suffer anything that has not suffered before. All these things they are doing, they have done it before, it didn't work. They did it with Kensariwa. He told them, he said, I'm going to be the last person who will deal with you people in a reasonable way. After Kensariwa was killed, they know what they lost to Niger Delta militants. Maybe Kanu is the last person from Igbo land who will speak the language of peace and the right to self-determination. The next generation may not do that. And there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Was a criminal or is a criminal. But of course, we will continue to see more of Omoyele Sowore in this 2027 general election. Let's see if during the election or few days or few weeks or few months to that particular election, if Sowore will continue to support Igbos, especially Kanu, so that for him to come out knowing fully well that he himself too we need votes, or but do we also think that Sowore is not connecting the bridge enough, because we still have other non-speaking Igbos in the country? You do have to base your entire support for Igbo people or supporting their cause simply because you want their vote, forgetting that there are still other people that whose votes are even much more that can swing the presidential. They can swing any vote at any time. Let's know your comment in the section. Don't share, subscribe. I see now.